If the ball hits your hand and you score, the goal will be chopped off. The rule is set, the rule is simple, and has been in effect for a while now. The rule does not care if it's not necessarily handball, but actually ball to the hand. The rule does not care if it was intentional or not. The rule does not even care if the handball has any direct bearing on you scoring the goal. Your hand can be tucked in basically on your stomach. The ball hits you, it was going to hit you there anyway, and you score from it, the goal will be chopped off. If the ball slightly touches your hand or your arm, the goal will be ruled out. It's as simple as that, okay? And here we can see that the ball touched Kai Havertz's arm and hand, actually, so quite a few times. So the goal was never going to stand. The only thing to look at, which I'm pretty sure they did, is the fact that Medi Cash actually handles first. It's also clear that the ball does ricochet off Medi Cash's arm. But we can see that Kai Havertz has headed this ball directly onto Medi Cash's arm, and he's in a very natural position. His arm is literally to his side. He's just jumped, and I think it's been deemed as not an offense, not a foul, not a handball, ball to the hand. And that's why essentially a penalty cannot be given for that. If it was deemed to be a handball by Medi Cash, what then would have happened is that Kai Havertz's goal was going to be disallowed because obviously you can't score with your hand, but a penalty would have been given to Arsenal because then there's no advantage since the goal wouldn't have stood. So a penalty would have been given, but I do not think a penalty should have been given. I think this was the correct decision as it is ball to the hand in my opinion. However, a penalty should have been given for Gabriel Jesus. Douglas Luiz is clearly reckless. He actually didn't see Gabriel Jesus and he just turned around and decided to clear the ball. But Gabriel Jesus was there first. He got his foot to the ball first. The ball is under his control and Douglas Luiz just takes him out. He's hooked his leg. He's had a swipe. As I said, he was actually trying to clear the ball, but because he was turning around, he didn't think that there was someone there. But Jesus got there first and he's clearly taken out. The funny thing is, earlier on, there was a decision with Liverpool where a penalty was given for something really similar. Similar situation, ball is crossed in, Mateta gets there first, he tries to control it, Quensa was trying to clear the ball, but because Mateta got there first, Quensa takes out the man. It's simple. The only issue is that Liverpool complained because play actually resumed for a whole 2 minutes after this incident while VAR was reviewing it. But I think it's only because the ball didn't go out of play. So ball has to go out of play first. Then referee will say, okay, stop. Let's listen to what VAR has to say. But in this case, ball was still in play. So play continued. And we want them to get their decisions right. So therefore, emphasis has been placed on not speedier decisions, but actually getting the decisions right first. And that's why also the ref had a long look at it on top of the long VAR check. In this case, another similar situation. And I actually find it very difficult to believe that this wasn't given because anywhere else on the pitch, it's a foul and it should have been a penalty. So clear and obvious. What is clear and obvious? I don't know what it is. Only VAR seems to know what it is. We know that it's subjective. Basically, if the referee made a clear and obvious error, then VAR will intervene. But in this case, to me, Jesus was fouled. Is it clear and obvious? Is it a penalty? Yes or no? If it is a penalty, if it is a foul, it's not one of those close ones, I don't think. So it should have been a penalty. And I do think that it should have qualified under the rule of clear and obvious, or the criteria of clear and obvious. Anyway, big win for Aston Villa. They go to third, 1 point behind Arsenal, 2 behind Liverpool. The real winners of this week actually were Liverpool because Arsenal lost points to Villa. City lost points to Villa as well. Villa doing their own push. Does anyone have the odds on Villa to win the league? Come on guys, Leicester 2016. We saw it. It was staring us right in the face. No one believed. So let's not make this mistake again. The banks are apparently manipulating the rand. The housing prices are through the roof. Villa might just be our savior. The facts is actually that Liverpool are top and would have been unbeaten if they didn't lose the game at Spurs. And we know that they had a perfectly legitimate goal disallowed at Spurs in which they would have taken the lead and probably hung on because Spurs got the winner in the 97th minute or something. Arsenal are second, but they had that really contentious loss at Newcastle, and this is only their second loss of the season. Again, a little bit contentious. So a good theory could be that Arsenal would be top of the league and unbeaten as well if decisions went their way. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.